Okay, well, guys, welcome to another vlog here in wonderful Hyde Park. And it's actually the next day. So this is going to be the only clip of this video. And we're just going to reflect on where we're at. We're in a beautiful town, in a beautiful new state, with a beautiful new job around beautiful people. Couldn't be happier right now. We're digging ourselves out of a situation that we put ourselves in. And one of my favorite quotes is, where you are today is because you put yourself there. And the person that said that, his name is Ali Fidan. And he's my dad. And obviously. And I'm actually glad for all the things that I put myself through, because it's gotten me here. You know, I've learned a lot, gained a lot of skills. I put myself through a lot of challenges that I know I'm going to get myself out of. I've asked God for a lot of challenges and a lot of things to challenge me to become a better person. I always ask to give me challenges to be more confident, to get me stronger, to be more brave, all these different things. And I'm just super thankful to be here, because I know this new chapter of my life is really going to propel me forward. I think just being in this job specifically is putting me around certain individuals that are giving me attributes that I didn't have. And I would say over the last few years, and so I've really started to feel like that I was a very well-rounded person, and that I kind of had the world figured out. And come to realize I don't know anything, and I definitely don't have anything figured out. And I think being around certain people that are really good communicators, really good body language, they're very spontaneous, extroverted, things like that, some things that I just didn't have. So it's very interesting to now be in a spot where I'm gaining those attributes, because I truly didn't know that I was what's the word I'm thinking, it's a D word here, deficient. I didn't know I was truly deficient in some of those areas. And now you know, a lot of things come into light, and you know, I'm just taking it all in. You know, there's a lot to be proud of, but there's also a lot to be you know, unsatisfied with. I want to keep doing better. I want to keep striding. I want to keep moving faster and getting more output, more input, things like that. And just you know, I think being into a new area, being away from home and away from people is a really good thing. And despite me missing my sister and my dad, you know, Mark, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, my papu, you know, all these things, this is going to be one of those moments where I look back at it and it's like, oh man, the meat market times, you know, the times where I was working in a steakhouse. You know, it's funny because years ago, a lot of my family members were like, hey, why don't you get into, you know, a high-end steakhouse and become a server? And I always pushed it off, because I was like, I'm meant for more. And although I know I am, it was what I needed. I needed to be put into a hard working position where you're working from 9 in the morning till 2 in the morning, like yesterday. And then today back at work again from 2 to 12:30 in the morning. You know, doing these long, hard hours. I'm not saying that I'm washing dishes, or I'm saying that I'm doing construction, that I'm a server, but in a position and in a place where, you know, long nights, nightlife, you're around wealthy individuals, and I'm starting to pick up on how these people act, and I'm starting to realize that, one, a lot of these rich people are pretty tall, so that's just one, you know, attribute I don't have. I've also realized these rich people carry themselves in a certain way. It's almost in a carefree way, but it's also in a way where they have a certain standard and they want it to be met, but if it's not met, they're fine with it. And that's something that's super interesting, because I feel like people that aren't at that level and they go out to eat, and if something's not perfect, they like cause a huge fuss. Whereas I've noticed with the wealthy is that, you know, they expect top of the line service, top of the line everything, But when it's not met, it's kind of brushed off their shoulders and they're like, absolutely no problem, and they move on. But I guarantee almost every time they still take a note in their mind that this person acted a certain way, this place, delivered a certain way. And it's just very interesting to kind of take note of those things. I guess to wrap this all up, this is going to be a very interesting next year, next few months leading up to what happens. The meat market, I'm very thankful to be here. I think it's going to be a great job, great active income. It's going to be a lot of busy hours though, and it's going to take a lot of time away from me building the Fadana organization. But like I said, these are going to be attributes that I needed that I know will propel me to the next level. Leading up to the career that I really moved down here for was to be a police officer, to have a long-term career, to get a pension. These, baskets, these financial instruments that I never had is still in play. I'm still in an investigation period. I'm still hoping to join and then join the academy later this year. And there's a lot of things that could change very rapidly. And we just have to kind of take them and, go with it. So we're just going to keep rolling with this and see where things go. Pretty much simple as that, guys. I don't know what else to say besides the fact that I'm happy to be here and looking forward to everything that moves forward from this place. So we'll see you guys in the next one.